Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game Day. Today, we are featuring the qualification round of the Nordic Game Discovery Contest. And what is this? Well, it's an exciting competition at Dragonstone Pitch Battle Game Show, where selected game projects are presented in live events, and there's a chance to win prizes from Microsoft, for Hisper Games, Xola, and others. It's a competition for developers who love games, who love to create innovative experiences, who love to take risky, scary, and exciting decisions in order to create a bigger, broader, and funnier experience. To take that reaction, the first rider you put in your game, and push it to the world. So, we are super happy today at WAM to feature the first step of this journey, the qualification rounds. And to host these rounds, there's no one better than Jacob Riss. Jacob, the floor is yours.
Well, hello everybody. I am Jacob, and thank you so much for this great introduction. I'm a little bit sad to say that the visuals right now is not the best. It is because of me and my lousy internet connection. But in 1 minute, this should be much better. I hope. I have people working everywhere to make it happen and to make the wires connect. So hopefully that will be much better in a second. Meanwhile, I will say welcome to the Nordic Game Discovery Contest. We are currently in season 6 of the contest. This is our second qualifier of the season. We started off in South Africa at the African Games Week 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And yeah, now we're here at WAM, and I'm so happy. Already wants to say thank you to the organizers for having us. But before we start, I could suspect that some of you out there don't really know what all this is about. So I've created a little video that explains it maybe a little bit better. So please, let's run the promo video. And that was our little intro video. I was hoping that my connection was better now, but I can still see I'm a little bit pixelated. Uh, Actually, it's an advantage. I actually think I look a little bit better when you're not really able to see all my wrinkles and my old ugly face. Anyways, we are off now to start the contest, this qualifier, where 3 games has been selected in a pool of submitted games through the VAM event. And these 3 games are here now and ready to battle against each other. And they are battling for one seat in the Nordic Game Discovery Contest Grand Finals, taking place in November. There's a very much on stake here, and you should be excited. Not nervous, but excited. But before we start the whole thing, I just want to quickly go through what the contest is all about and how it's structured. So it's divided into 4 different rounds. We'll start with round 1. A really great idea to do that. and this is where we meet the contestants, and we also see each of the games. And then after that round, our dear judges will give points who did best in that round, and then we'll continue to round two, where the judges will grill the contestants with some fierce questions about their games. And on to round three, same procedure, but this time the questions from the judges is about the reality, the surroundings of the game. And then we are at the end, at the final round. This is where the contestants have a final chance of swaying the judges so that they vote for their game, meaning that they can win the seat for the grand finals. So we are very close now to get it on. But first, let's meet our three dear judges. So, judges, hello, are you there?
Hello.
Oh,
All
yes.
here. Hello.
Hello. First of all, I'm so happy to see all of you. It's an honor having you on board. I know some of you is first time I meet you. Anyways, I'm sure that you have the expertise plus the willingness to grill these contestants because it should not be easy to win this, right? You have to be on them, grill them, make sure that the right game will make it through to the grand finals. Am I making people nervous here? I hope so. But let's meet judge number one today. Hello, how are you doing? Can you please
Hello.
present yourself to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm today Gregorcic. I'm a Slovenian guy living in South Sweden. I'm a co-founder and CTO of a company called Coherence. We make a multiplayer engine for video games. And I'm also a game developer myself. I made several games in the past. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Good to see everybody.
Thank you so much, and good to have you on board. I also know that you actually also organize conferences on the side, so you're like an octopus with a with a leg in
Indeed.
different
Yeah,
directions.
the we organize a conference in Slovenia called Slovenia Games Conference, and it's in Ljubljana. The pandemic has shifted the dates a bit, but it's an annual conference. You're all welcome to attend.
I will if I am able to come. I loved it the first time I was there. It was actually the first time we met. So I will be there. I just have one question for you. Which game are you playing these days? What are your favorite current game?
Oh, I played recently. I played Guardians of the Galaxy, the Eidos game. Really loved it. Uh, I also started playing Europa Universalis 4 now, and also purchased Elden Ring, of course, like everybody else, and trying to get into it.
Yeah, I'll just finish that game in 33 minutes. No, I did not. I wasn't
Yeah.
even done with my character after 33 minutes, but I saw someone did that. Incredible. But thank you so much today. Let's move on to judge number two. Hello, Petra. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
Can you please present yourself to the audience?
Sure. I'm Petra Wilson. Shout out from the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. I manage financial operations at the Fantasy.network, and we're a film distribution and production community owned platform. And I'm working with the Swarm with my personal studio is Atelier Ludensis. And yeah. We're unfortunately not presenting a game for this year's round, but maybe next year we'll have something ready to load up mobile. So.
Thank you very much, and very nice to meet you. It's actually the first time you and I meet. Pleasure having you as a judge. Thank you very much for that. Please tell us which games are you playing these days?
Actually, I have a friend who plays Xbox all the time, and so I recently got a free Play Pass through Discord membership. They allowed me to join up with them, and I was playing Dark Alliances, and there was some splattercore. I don't know. I play mostly role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games.
Oh, nice.
I've got campaigns. Right now, we're exploring Lewis Carroll's Wonderland, and I've got another group that's doing Fear and Loathing in the World of Darkness. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you for an insight into your game world. Always exciting to hear about who's playing what these days, because the gaming area is so huge that it's not like, oh, we are all playing Counter-Strike anymore. Thank God. So thank you so much. And on to Nico, our third judge here. So good to see you. Can you please present yourself to our audience?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nico. I'm the lead writer of Finnish Army Simulator game. And I am also a freelance screenwriter as well, mainly focusing in animation. So, yeah, that's me. I'm coming here from Helsinki, Finland, which is right now quite cold still, but relatively okay.
Relatively okay. That's a typical Finnish understatement. I love that. So, what games are you playing these days?
Well, I'm still stuck in the first boss of Returnal, but I'm playing Alan Wake Remastered right now.
Oh, very nice. At the previous Nordic Game conference we actually had an interview with Remedy just about the update. It was really interesting to hear the process of doing a remake, which is obviously something that a lot of studios are doing these days, right? Personally, I would love a remake of FIFA 2001. No, I wouldn't. But with that said, thank you so much, judges. I hope that you are ready and pumped just like I am, because now it's actually time to get it on. Let's move forward. Now, round number 1 starts. This is first where we meet the contestants. So I'm going to say, hello, contestants.
Hello.
Hello.
It's very, very good to see you. And I would say I cannot see any sweat dripping from your foreheads yet. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Well, we'll see.
It's pixelated sweat.
Exactly, just like me. That's cool. So let's get it on. First of all, we're gonna meet contestant number 1 with the game called Mondrian Plastic Reality. I've asked all 3 contestants of making a little bit of a sneak peek into their studios. So let's check out contestant number 1 behind the scenes.
Hey, this is Danny, and I'm supposed to give you a tour of Vantana Games, so come on in, let me show you what we're all about.
A few moments later.
Can I get a grande pike, please, with a splash of whole milk, 1 plum caramel, 1 plum hazelnut, and a shot of signature?
20 minutes later.
Oh crap, what was I saying?
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh here, but very
By the way, I
interesting.
don't recommend that combination. It didn't turn out very good.
But it's always good to create games while ordering coffee, so that's very cool. So Danny, if you had one word to describe your studio, what would that word be?
Home.
Very nice. I'm doing a note here now on my very, very complicated point scoreboard. I'm just want to let everyone know here that it's impossible for you to try to guess who is in front or who's behind in this contest, because I have created a secret algorithm that only me and the Oscars and the Nobel Prize winners know about. So forget about it. You don't know anything. I can put words in, numbers, whatever it takes. But in the end, there will only be one winner. So thank you, contestant 1.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Good. Now let's move on to contestant number 2. It's the game called World Turtles, and we are going to take a sneak peek behind the scenes for your studio.
I share my life with 4 children and a wife, and we find ourselves mostly at home, somewhere on the wide scale of making a mess to tidying up. I have my little corner through here, although I need to share it with whoever needs a bit of silence to finish some work. And this is where the nerdiest midlife crisis I'm aware of happens on an almost daily basis.
Also, very, very nice behind the scenes sneak there. Family first, that can only good games can come out of this. So please, if you should define your studio with one word, what would that one word be?
New, I guess. Because this is
New.
actually the first game I'm making, so I'm new to this whole entire process, even though I've been coding in different languages for a while. This is the first time I'm encountering a lot of the game development functions.
I must say that you have got a good start then already from your first game, already participating, been selected through to this qualifier. So congrats on that one. And now we have
Thank you.
home versus new. And now all we're missing is contestant number 3. It's Comet Battle. And we are going to take a little bit of a sneak peek as well here. Let's run the video. Very nice. It was almost like watching a silent movie where the visuals speak louder than words. So very nice.
Hope we got
If you
we hope we understood the guidelines right. We meant to do an ironic presentation. I think it misses the ironic behind it.
Well, it made me smile, so mission accomplished at least in that part. So if you should describe your studio with one word, then what would that word be?
Counterintuitive. We are we are doing we just did our first game last year, and this is just a new game that we are building on the same premises, on the same thing that we learned, and yeah, we use a medium that's super hard to work with and super new to work with, which is the blockchain. So everything that we do is completely counterintuitive, although because we are gamer in the heart, but not by training. So we discover and we try new stuff.
Thank you so much for that. So that means that we have home versus new versus counterintuitive. Whew, that is a kind of an explosive cocktail, or it could be. Let's see what happens, right? Because now this was the initial part. Now we kind of feel, at least I do, that I know you a little bit better. But what about your games? Those are the ones that are in focus here. So I have asked each of the contestants to send us a gameplay video of the games. We're gonna see each of them. After each of them, each contestant has 30 seconds to elaborate on what we just saw. I will take care of the timing. Obviously, if you are in the middle of a sentence after the 30 seconds, I will just interrupt you, because that is my only pleasure in life, and you must just give me that. No, I obviously will let you talk out, but please make sure To remember, it's 30 seconds. So let's go. Contestant number 1. Here is the game, Mondrian Plastic Reality. Let's check it out. Oh, caught in the act there, taking a sip of coffee. I assure you, it's coffee though, right? So, contestant number 1, please tell us, what did we see there? What is the elevator pitch here? 30 seconds from now.
So the elevator pitch is, this is a game that combines art history and classic arcade gameplay. You play as 5 modern artists going on time-traveling heists to uncover their lost works and build a museum around them. The game is very much based around user-generated content, and we are looking for ways to bring that user-generated content to new platforms, including Web3 platforms, to help foster a creative community that supports itself and each other.
Oh, could you hear that? The sound of pleasure. Okay, stop. Okay, thank you so much, contestant 1. You did it in precisely 30 seconds, really impressive. And now on to contestant number 2. Let's take a look at the gameplay video of World Turtles.
Please, help us save our turtle.
It means the world to us.
Let's get building!
Very interesting. So now you have 30 seconds to explain, what did we just see there? Starting now.
So my idea is basically to find kind of alternative mechanics for a colony builder type game. Instead of building armies, fighting others, and taking their land, it's about actually the land becoming more important in the game, and you and your neighbors needing to work together to interact with this land and also eventually save it so that you can save yourself because your world is on it. So you need to save the turtle to save yourself.
Very nice. 30 seconds done there. Also right on the money. Very nice done. And let's move on to contestant 3. Now we're going to take a look at Comet Battle. Please run the video. Thank you so much. First of all, I need to apologize for calling it a comet. The wars in the text beneath the video we just saw. I don't know what that happened there. It's on me. You can slap me later. But now you have 30 seconds to explain what we just saw there.
No problem. We're here. We're here for the battle. So what you just saw here is an end-to-end blockchain experience. There's no server, no user data poached, just love and fun. You come and play with your wallet. We don't ask you for anything. Every asset in the game are collected by the players through playing the game and trading with each other. It's meant to be competitive play through a card game that every step of the card game, every step of the engine of the game is run on the blockchain. It involves the community for balancing and creating new features, and it can run anywhere from your desktop to your browser.
Boom, and 30 seconds up. Very nice as well. Thank you so much for that presentation. And that actually means that we are at the end of round number 1 now. And that means we need our dear judges into play, because the way we do it here is that I am going to do a countdown. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, show us the game. And then you judges, who I know have been working hard preparing these signs of the games, you're going to show us the game that you think did best in this first round. Are you ready, judges? Yes, you are. All right, 3, 2, 1, show us the game. Oh my lord, there is a split decision in the first round. Can you believe this? It has never happened in the NGDC history, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Let's move on. This is exciting because now we are entering round number 2. Now the judges will really come into play because they have prepared questions for each of the contestants about in this round about the gameplay and the game itself. So we are going to start with contestant number 1 and a question from judge number 1, which is today. Please ask your question, and after that, you as contestant have 30 seconds to answer. All right, let's do it. Question number 1.
Hey, can you tell me about the basic game mechanic? I think I understand everything surrounding it and the art concept of it. It's very interesting. But what is the basic game mechanics? I saw something in the video about something moving on an orbit, and if you can explain that and how the progression works and how you make sure that it's getting increasingly harder with time.
Absolutely. So the game is an orbital brick breaker. So imagine Arkanoid combined with like Super Hexagon or Tempest. And the game follows kind of a roguelite structure. So every single level is sort of half man-made, half procedurally generated. So depending on the game mode as you're going through, the challenge may come from, oh, you're running out of lives because you lost too much, or the time limit's running up, etc. So there's multiple quick play modes. There's an adventure mode for the story. And really the game just grows and expands and gets crazier over time. You can play it casually or competitive.
And a break. You got a little bit of overtime here, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I enjoy interrupting, as you know, so it's good. And then judge number 2, Petra, can you please ask your question?
Yeah, hi. So I realized for space you've got to settle on, I guess, 5 artists to feature modernist artists in the Mondrian. Were there any that you would have liked to include but didn't?
Really, these were the ones that we were the most passionate about in order to tell their stories and sort of create a diverse cast of characters that we felt represented the world that we wanted to build up in there. The game is in live service, and we are planning episode 2 to come out hopefully sometime this year, which will introduce some new characters.
Thank you for that answer. And on to Judge 3. Your question, please.
Hi. I'm wondering if you could fix one mistake about how you developed your game, what would it be and why?
Ooh, I think the biggest thing that I would like to go back and fix is not get tied so much into Steam Workshop for platform sharing, user-generated content sharing. So that really ties into what the goal is in terms of the Web3 integration and creating a site that can accept user creations, but that is platform agnostic rather than being locked into Steam.
Time's up. Thank you so much for that answer. And that concludes it for contestant number 1. Now let's move straight to contestant number 2 and we do it again. So please, Judge 1 today, please ask your question now.
Hi. So your game has a base in a bit of like it hints at narrative with the big turtles and the idea uh, um, about making the turtle survive to make the player survive. But can you talk a little bit about the narrative? And because it's a strategy game based in a world, and what is the narrative? What are the plans for developing it? What is the hook for the player eventually?
Okay, so I want to bring nature and the turtle into it, not just as a gimmick, but as something that the player has big aims for while playing. So, for example, you build a huge catapult, but you don't use it to fight. You use it together to feed the turtle and to steer it around into space and get it into areas that you need to go to and get it away from areas that you need it to get away from. Eventually, I think I would also like to get people to interact with each other's turtles, not necessarily playing on the same one, but some cooperative or multiplayer
And time's up.
narrative.
Thank you.
That's how it goes. Thank you so much for that answer. On to Petra's question, please.
So I'm curious how you see your game interacting with the blockchain, if it does now or if it will in the future.
Yeah, currently, I understand blockchain in terms of videos I've watched about Bitcoin and so on. I haven't had any current plans of integrating it into my game. I would have to learn a lot more before I'm able to do that. It's my first game, so I think I am learning quite fast, but I don't. I think I need to make a quality game first before I am able to like make it multiplayer or bring blockchain into it or expand on that.
And,
First, I need a good product to tie it to.
and time's up. Thank you so much for that. And last question, please.
Hi. So I'm wondering, what is the source of inspiration behind this game? What made you come up with the turtles?
Okay, I'm a huge Terry Pratchett fan, and while I'm, I guess for the good and for the bad, not allowed to make a Discworld game, the setting is actually the World Turtle myth is fair game. It's been around for ages. So I thought I'd just take that setting and do my own thing on it. And I just always wanted to make a game. I've had these ideas in my head for years, and when I first saw Unity and went through a few tutorials in a few months' time, I knew I could actually make a decent game with the tools and the skills that I have.
Time's up. Thank you so much. Right on the money again. And that concludes it for contestant number 2. Thank you for that. And now on to contestant number 3. Today, please ask your question.
Mm. Hi. So your game has showing some. Sorry, I can hear myself. But is showing some impressive achievements in terms of integration with blockchain, and it's all running on the blockchain. But I wanted to ask you about the actual gameplay and how do you make sure that's fun, and that the progression feels good, and that people feel the need to own these NFTs in the game.
So they kind of get the NFTs by themselves. We have a progression curve that's fair and simple. It's a free game. It's a free to play game. There is a difference between different players that have got a nice spaceship or got the free spaceship. The only difference is that when you win a little bit more, and you are able to craft a little bit more. What we store is that each player has an Elo ranking. You get matched against players that have the same Elo ranking as you. So you are always playing against people that are roughly in your same league, in the same league as you. And when you win, you get resources you can craft with. So you upgrade your deck, you get better things, and you get more strategic. We made sure that there are like 5 archetype of decks that can be used, mixing strategies, and we involve the best players in the creation process for next features and next mechanics.
Time's up, and time's up, and time's up. Thank you so much for that answer. And on to Petra's question, please.
So I'm interested in how you see your NFTs interacting with other games.
It's a constant struggle for us to make sure that they are completely intercompatible. So we've created the various layers of integrations. An NFT has different value, 2D, 3D, and so on. So we build those endpoints for integration for our future partner or people interested in using it. On the other hand, we also integrate all of the NFTs of other projects. So we scan your wallet and we give you a rendering of those NFTs as emojis you can use to chat with the other player. That was lightly shown in the video. And we create special integration for other projects. We are partnering with a couple of nice sci-fi indie TV shows and movies so that you can use those NFTs and pop up.
I will have to stop you now. I'm sorry, but that was I know it's annoying, but it has to be fair for all. So I had to stop you there. I'm sorry. That's how the contest is built. So I hope that you got a little bit of an answer there, hopefully. And then on to Judge 3 and your question.
Hey, hi. So I'm wondering, what has been the hardest part about developing your game so far?
I think the hardest part so far has been to make the best use of the medium, because blockchain is for us the way to reconcile the different states of the game between different players. So we had to build a proper matching engine to make sure that the players were properly connected, and we had to enjoy and sometimes not enjoy the hiccups that the blockchain can get, because we develop on public blockchain. And during our first tryouts, the hardest part was to make sure that we have a game that is accessible to all players and not only to players that already know blockchain and so on. So we had to make blockchain accessible. And I hope I've maybe convinced you to try out the game, apply to the whitelist, and see if it's out of what to use.
Time is up. Thank you so much. Again, a very nice pleasure to interrupt you. And that actually was the end of round number 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the tension mounts because the judges have to do the voting. Which game did best in this second round with questions asked? Are you ready to cast your votes, judges? I hope so, because 3, 2, 1, show us the game. Yes, I can see it there. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the nice artwork here. Also available as NFTs after this show. No, just kidding. Thank you for that. And that concludes it for round number 2. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like my blood pressure is coming to a level where it's like, we need a little bit of a breather here. And what better way to relax than to say, wow, we love our sponsors. Because without our dear partners and sponsors for the Nordic Game Discovery Contest, we would not be able to pull it off, to visit conferences all over the world, to do qualifiers, to find and discover new and exciting games. So that means a big, warm felt thank you. And a way to express my gratitude is obviously to take a little bit of a look on some of our sponsors. First up is Exola. Can we run the video? Thank you so much, Exola. Another partner on the NGDC tour is Whisper Games, and they have also a little video to show you. So please, let's take a look.
Company profile. Established in 2015, Whisper Games is a rising video game publisher based in China. Till now, Whisper Games has built up strong partnerships with companies from over 20 countries and provided customized solutions for more than 100 video games. Check out www.whisperinteractive.com for more details.
Thank you so much, Whisper Games. And finally, we also have Tencent Games on board, and I would love to share a video about them. Please run that.
Got him. Oh, please. You guys actually believe that superstitious horse shit?
To catch this guy.
They said their technology would change the world.
Abrupt ending, but still an impressive amount of new games coming out from Tencent. And that concludes it for this little commercial break. Now let's move on to a slide where I tell you a little bit about what prizes is in store for you. So the winner of this qualifier today will already receive a little bit of it. We have a great partner in games branding, a PR company based here in Denmark, but with affiliates all over the world. They will help spreading the word when you are announced as the winner of this qualifier. Should you then make it, obviously you will then make it to the grand finals, but should you go all the way, obviously there's a lot more to come. But most important is obviously to get your game discovered, and that is what this is all about. And a little bit of a success story here is from one of my favorite examples, the game Drawcanoid, that entered the competition, I think 2 seasons ago. It was made in South Africa, and it won the qualifier and went all through to the grand finals, because the grand finals is also divided into a lot of rounds where you have to present your game and promote it and be good on the floor and show everything and talk about it, and obviously also battle against the other finalists. And it made it all through to the winner, the first South African winner we've had in the NGDC, and Drawcanoid is now out there being played by a lot of people, and it's not because of us, obviously, but we helped a little bit in getting that game discovered on a global scale. So that was it. If you want to follow us and the progression of the NGDC, but also maybe join us for our next conference, Nordic Game 2022. It's in May. It is a hybrid conference, so you can either choose to visit us on the venue in Malmo, Sweden, or just join us online, where we will live stream a lot of the great talks we have in store. A lot of different stuff is happening on the NG Discord server. Then you should definitely visit us at nordicgame.com, where you can find every piece of info that you will need for that. So, commercial breaks over. Now I think it's time to move on. I hope that you are ready again, contestants and judges. For now, we are entering round number 3. It's the reality round. This is questions again, just as we did in round 2, but this time the questions is about the realities surrounding the games. So, here we go again. Contestant number 1 and question from today, judge number 1. Please, your question.
Hi, can you talk a little bit about your Steam launch and how that has been going and what your plans are for that?
Steam is a very competitive platform, as I'm sure you know. Over time, we've been building up the game, monthly updates. We recently came out with a free version of the game, and we are slowly but surely building up our community. Our Steam Workshop currently has about 50 pieces on there. We've had some pretty successful art contests. So things are looking up over time, definitely, and I'm very optimistic about where things will go.
Thank you so much for that answer. On to judge number 2 and your question, please.
Sorry to go back to Steam, but so, you know, there are a lot of things happening in the blockchain space right now where people are running into these barriers. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about it here today in the We Are Millions. But is it possible? Is it really, like, what are the best approaches to try and hybrid your market in terms of reaching across both spaces? Like, is that possible?
The solution that we've come up with is to create a sharing platform that integrates blockchain while leaving it out of the standalone game. There's too many regulations, legalities, and just technical complications that go along with that. So we want to basically create a new alternative to Steam Workshop for us. Hopefully, if it's good enough, we could license it out or something like that. Where users can freely upload and download their creations as before, but also purchase NFT versions and sell NFT versions of their creations if they so choose.
And time's up. Thank you for that. And the last question to contestant number 1 from Nico, please.
Yeah, thinking about your studio, what do you hope to achieve with your studio in the next 1 to 2 years?
Hopefully just to get things really going off the ground. This particular project is really interesting for our business model. We work with a lot of students and schools, and the fact that we have so many tools built up inside the game for building the game, it's almost like the more we play it, the more it builds. So the hope is to build out the team, find new schools to work with, create new opportunities around it, and maybe at some point start on a new project. But as of right now, it's in live service, it's alive, and it can grow even more.
And time's up. Thank you for that. And that concludes it for contestant number 1. Let's move on to contestant number 2. First question coming from Tadej, please.
Hey, so your game looks really nice, and I was gonna ask, I know you plan for an alpha release later this year, and my question is, have you thought about are you working on this game alone? Have you thought about collaborating with somebody on it, maybe accelerating development a bit? And what's your dream with the game?
Let's start with my dream. I would just really love to work on this game another year, say, or a year and a half to get it into a really complete state. In terms of collaborating, I've got someone working with me on the sounds, so creating the sounds I still incorporated into Unity. And I also outsource some of the art, hand-drawn art. I'm not an artist myself, so especially the icons and the cover art. And I would love to be able to get people to do more of the stuff that I have the least skills in, because at the moment I need to pull all of it together. So there's a lot to be done, and while I can do a lot of it, I'm not that good in all of the functions. So it would mean a lot to be able to get someone to help me with that.
Time's
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you so much for that answer. On to Petra, please. Your question.
This game really is very pretty. As an engineer, as developers, we know that comes with some trade-offs. What are some of the issues that you've run into getting the game to run on different systems or devices?
So far, I've had people test it on Mac and Linux machines. So it seems to be working mostly. There are a few hiccups that come along, but for the most part, it is working. I think the biggest issue will be when finding one of those bugs or nasty things showing their heads, is that I don't have experience in Mac and Linux. So it would be difficult for me to fix on my own. That would probably be the biggest problem, although I have not run into a lot of that yet.
Time is up. Thank you so much. Time is up. Thank you for that answer and question as well, obviously. And now the last question coming from Nico, please.
Yeah, so if you were to win the discovery contest, how would you make use of that victory? What would you do with the potential from that?
I would just like for people to see how passionate I am about making this game. I've given myself a few months off now, not doing my actual day job and just spending it on this to see how far I can get it. And I'm pretty confident that with enough help, a little bit of help, I can produce a good quality product. But I also need a lot of help on the marketing side, or on just the exposure side of getting the game in front of eyes. I've done all of it myself up to now, and I have a decent amount of wish lists. I'm quite happy. I think with enough exposure, it can grow a lot.
And time's up. Thank you so much for that. And that concludes it for contestant number 2. And now contestant number 3. Let's go again. Judge number 1, Teddy, your question, please.
Okay, tell me what's your dream with this game?
Well, I would love to be able to achieve 150,000 players enjoying the game, loving the game, and then being able to own the game from end to end and creating a new extension, new packs of cards, new mechanics. We are going to be building the tools for them to be able to do exactly that. We want to make sure that this game and those tools are good enough so they can actually take this and be in control of this. So that's what we'd like to achieve with this specific game right now.
And time's up. Thank you for that. On to Petra. Question, please.
So I saw in your Uniswap, or in your GitHub repo rather, that you had Uniswap v2, but I also saw in your white paper that you're using the Diamond standard, and I'm wondering how you're implementing EIP 2535 in your game model.
So the Uniswap that we have is a tool for us to do crafting. So technically speaking, when you craft a card, you are mixing resources, and those resources are stored on the decks, and you can grind back the card into those resources. So it's a win-win scenario for the users. Now, when it comes to the diamond standard, we likely use it at the moment on the cards because it brings composability on the different cards. I don't think I have enough time of the 30 seconds to explain on that.
You don't. No, you don't.
Let's catch up.
Because time is up. Thank you so much. And the last question from judge number 3. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so for the future, what kind of talent do you envision needing in your team to get the most out of this or the next game?
So we'd like to focus our next recruitment on content writers and law writers and more artistic minded people that hopefully will join us in the coming months or years. Right now, we build games that we find are fun and beautiful and use production rights, but we miss a little bit this layer of narrativity, of lore, and so on that you find on usual games. And we need to, I think, get better on growing our identity and our world and our lore as a game license. So that's
Very nice.
where we'll be taking the next recruitment.
Yeah, and time is up again. Thank you so much for that. And that actually concludes it for round number 3. And once again, I don't know if the tension is able to actually mount even more, but it is time for the judges to cast their points again. So, judges, who did best in this round? I am quite intrigued. Are you ready to cast your votes? Yes, you are. Because 3, 2, 1, show us the game. A little bit down, Petra, with the one. Yes, and there, yes, I got it. Very, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is noted, and it's tense, and it's competitive, and I'm not revealing anything yet because I made a great decision. I called round number 4 the final round because that is exactly what it is. Now, for the last time, the contestants has one last chance to sway the judge. And each of you have sent us some material. We're going to watch that material, and after we've seen it, you have 30 seconds to tell us why did you send us that, or what is it that you want the judges to be swayed of. So let's get it on. First up is obviously contestant number 1, and we're going to watch a little video. Let's do it now.
Our plan is to create a Web3 powered platform with Web 1 traditions. Players are free to download any creation, which must first be uploaded from the game. The site combines the looks of OpenSea and Steam Workshop. After uploading, users can optionally mint their creations into NFTs to find financial support from the community. A user's profile page displays and organizes all their creations. It also tracks their achievements and leaderboard positions. Finally, users have access to a library of educational resources by using Laundry Maker, Studio, and the website. Got some background noise.
Yeah. It's not my kids, I can assure you that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you for that, contestant number 1. Now we need to hear, why did you send us this? 30 seconds starting now.
Well, I think it's important to show how committed we are to user-generated content, to modding, and to our artistic community as a whole. That's really where we want to take things, not just in terms of, open the level editor, share your creation from that, but custom museum galleries, any total conversion mods you might make for the game. Sky's really the limit when it comes to what you could be able to put on this site, what you could even turn into an NFT, sell to find support, and how that could integrate back into the game or even into other metaverse-esque or crypto projects.
And time's up. Thank you so much for that answer. And on to contestant number 2. Also a video. Let's check that out. And afterwards, 30 seconds to elaborate. Let's do it. There you go. And now 30 seconds to tell us why.
I simply just I simply just love working on these things, figuring out how it works, how to optimize it, how to get everything speaking to each other into a world that kind of takes you to a different place for a while. And I would love to continue doing that. I'm a super nerd, so I find it all very interesting. So I'm excited to start working on this every day. And it's the most difficult and the most rewarding thing I've done in my life. And there's simply just no space to be disinterested, which
Thank you
is
so
something
much.
I like.
Yeah, very good ending there. Time was up for that. Let's move on to contestant number 3. Also a video. Let's take a look and then 30 seconds to elaborate. Here we go. Thank you so much for that. And your 30 seconds are now.
Okay, so one thing I'd like to elaborate on is that we take mechanisms that exist in other games, we convert them into the blockchain, and we build those tools for other games as well. We'd like to handle those hard problems of putting things that are complicated on the blockchain and see what it does. We think that this technology is going to change the way the gaming industry can behave, how we can connect more players together, not being only limited by the servers, creating new narratives and new gameplay. We did that for our first game. This is our second game, and we will continue doing that on the third and fourth and so on. We'd like to experiment with the medium, and we hope to convince more people to come have fun with us or do other game with us. And I'm super happy to see lots of people doing this right now. Even the Mondrian project, I'll check it out on Steam for sure.
Trying to smooch the other contestants. Very nice try. Let's see how that inflicts the judges here. But thank you. Time is up. And now we are actually at the very, very end of round 4. This is again where the judges cast their votes. So let's see who did best in swaying the judges here. Interesting. I don't know if you can hear my pulse, but I can. I'm very excited, as you. I hope you are too. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Show us the game. Yes, thank you so much. And you can take it down again. And this means that we actually have a winner of the Nordic Game Discovery Contest qualifier at WAM. It's exciting, right? Can you hear the drum roll? Brrr, yes. And after a lot of calculations and the algorithm working, the winner of the qualifier is Mondrian Plastic Reality.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
I could cry, but unfortunately my tear ducts are dead from staring at screens for too much. So you'll just have to take my word for it.
Many congratulations, Fanny, for this. You have earned a seat in the grand finals in November. Obviously, you will get much more info from us. First of all, from Games Branding. Secondly, from me, you will receive a wall of texts about all the details that are in store for you. For the rest of you, all of you here, thank you so much for participating. I hope you had fun, and I really want to show my appreciation, so that if you want to participate in the upcoming Nordic Game Conference in May, please contact me. You have a free pass online or at the venue if you are able to come there to Malmo. Either way, I would love you to be there and to meet all of our great Nordic community and all the investors, publishers, developers, service providers, media, and all the people that will be there. So thank you.
I'm already going.
I I hope that you have had a great time, and I also really would like to thank the organizers, Mina, today, for giving us the opportunity to do the qualifier here. Very nice done. I would also really like to say thank you to our tech behind the scene who made this production seamless, I would say. And if possible, I would love a recording of the entire session so I can use this as a prime example of how to run a qualifier. So thank you so much. But before you leave, I just want you to remember that the game day here at WEM is not over just because I'm out. No, there is a panel coming on immediately after this session. So please stay tuned. There will be a lot more content, exciting discussions and debate. And with that, I'm Jacob Rees. I am out. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.